So, I talked previously about Movie Pass and how I had that for a long time. I had it longer than most people. I had it from 2012 to, I guess recently. I had Cinemia for a little bit, and that went defunct. And then I had Movie Pass, and then that went defunct. So clearly I'm a good sign for Movie Unlimited services. But Regal Unlimited, basically I go to Regal's most, so that's why I picked it. Regals, there's more Regals in my general vicinity. Before I even get to an AMC, I have to go through various Regals. I think it is a good price. I forget, I do the highest price so I can see it at any theater in the country. When you sign up, you can see what plans work out for your area. I seriously suggest you do that. They will show you very perfectly on a map. So if you only want to go to if you live in a town and you have one Regal and it's the only theater near you and you can go for the cheapest plan, do it. And you never see movies anywhere else at any other Regals, there's no reason you shouldn't do that. For me, that wouldn't work. In New York, there's too many Regals. I had to do the most expensive plan, but I think it's like 26 or something. I quite like that plan. It works out for me. You get 10% discount on concessions. There's only a couple things that don't work about that. When I went to the movies with my family, Sophie decided she wanted concessions like right during the trailers. You have to use your phone on it. You don't really get a card. They're kind of apparently, I'm part of the Regal Unlimited Facebook group, and in that they're getting rid of the physical cards. It's just all an app on your phone, which is a nice app. I really actually like the app, but it has your picture on it, so no one can like use it unless you're with them. And like she wanted to use it in concessions and they wouldn't let her, so I had to like come down and do that. So I don't love that part of it, but I understand why they do it. And there's something about this Regal program that I really like, actually, is that Regal really wants this to be sustainable. And that's something I've wanted from these unlimited plans, is I want them to be sustainable. I want theaters to thrive. I want people to see things in the theaters. And they've taken a lot of steps to make sure this is sustainable for them and it can work. And it can work overall for both them and the customer. And you might be saying like, well, fuck Regal, they have lots of money. But I'm like, I understand why this works. And there's one thing they do that I think could be controversial, is that when you reserve a ticket, they charge you 50 cents. Now that's sort of nothing in terms of like processing fees in terms of Fandango and stuff, but that's still something. The reason they do that is actually because with AMC stubs, people were reserving seats and then not showing up. So AMC is theoretically losing money. I've talked to a few people who've seen something in AMC. They thought they were seeing it in a full house, and there's 5 people with them because all those people didn't show up. And this is a problem with AMC, which I've heard about for a while. Regal's taking care of that because they will basically like, you know, I think like demerit you a little bit if you do something like that, and they're already charging you, so they're getting something. So they clearly want this to be sustainable. I think that is really cool of them because it's like that's a very minimal. And they're making it so like you won't do stupid shit like that and like ruin other theatrical experiences for someone. What if someone has not gone to see a movie and then that theater is half full or something, or there's a row that isn't being occupied? That's bullshit. That shouldn't be going on. So I like how you can reserve things in advance. I like that I can just use it as I don't even need to use Fandango anymore with Regal. I just use the Regal app. The Regal app has other things like Movie Bill, which previously let me take pictures with Toy Story characters with Sophie. It was on my Instagram story feed, if you remember that. I could do that with the Abominable poster. I think they're doing a lot to make it fun and interesting. And you can actually play games during the advertising the newbie section. They have little games that you can play with it, but it takes forever to load, so I don't see how that's going to work, but whatever. I like Regal Unlimited. It seems to be working out for me. It has my points on there. It's the discount cards merged with an unlimited thing, and I think that honestly really, really actually works. Financially, it works out for me because of how much New York ticket prices are. For you, you should, calculate how often you go to the movies and everything like that. That's how you should really do it. What's the average ticket price, things of that nature. But I quite like Regal Unlimited. I think it's a sustainable kind of business model. I think it works out pretty well. I like how you get 10% off concessions. I like how it's connected to the points, and you got tons of bonus points offers for seeing particular films. I just in general like it. Some people claim you have to go to the ticket counter with the kind of barcode thing. You can just go to the kiosk there and scan it, and it works. They made it very easy, very accessible, and very workable, and that's something that these unlimited cards have needed for a very, very long time, and I'm glad Regal has stepped up and made probably the most sustainable one I've ever seen, and better than MoviePass, and that's certainly what I really like about them, and I think Regal has done a really good job with that. So sign up for that app if it financially works out for you, but just look at what your average ticket price is, add it up based on how often you see movies or how much you plan to see movies. Financially, it usually works out. It only works out for you, by the way. If you bring someone else, you do have to pay for that person, but you can do it through the app, and it's like super easy, and you'll be paying less of a fee with that. So, which is I believe it's less of a fee. I probably should have looked into that. But anyway, that's how I feel about Regal Unlimited. I am very into it, and it seems to work out for me.